On the Central Coast, thousands of people are facing layoffs as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to jolt businesses around the world. The latest company and one of the biggest employers on the Central Coast, Mindbody, announced major staffing cuts this morning. KSBY's Megan Healy spoke with some of these employees and shares how they are coping with the loss of income.
From businesses as new as Finney's Crafthouse and more established global companies like Mindbody are having to make difficult job cuts. Their employees, their families, and even the community at large are having a difficult time dealing with this lack of workforce. But many of these people I spoke to say they're hoping to get back to their jobs soon. Lillian Miles looks back on this Instagram photo. It was her first day working as a server at the newly opened Finney's Crafthouse in downtown San Luis Obispo. Just 2 months later, she's out of a job.
So I knew it was bound to happen, so I kind of prepared myself for that as best as I could. Not that it made it any easier.
Unemployment rates are skyrocketing around the world, and it's no different on the Central Coast. Miles is just one of millions filing for help. Owners are pushing to drive up sales to get their workforce back.
We've laid off about 95% of our staff. It was truly heartbreaking. Not having any sales in the restaurant, not having any business, there's no work for people.
Mindbody, a San Luis Obispo-based software company, laid off and furloughed nearly 700 of its more than 2,000 employees Thursday.
Optional work from home, and then it became mandatory, and I could slowly kind of just use my intuition to kind of be like, okay, well, I'm assuming the next thing is going to be people being laid off.
This furloughed customer service employee agreed to speak with me if he could remain anonymous, concerned about his future job status with the company. He's one of 300 local Mindbody workers facing uncertainty.
There are a lot of people that work for the company that aren't as fortunate as me and have people to take care of, like kids, and have families, and they're being put at a huge disadvantage.
Mindbody CEO Rick STOLLMEYER says he kept people on as long as they could, but ultimately had to make the toughest business decision yet.
2/3 of the revenue that we would expect in the second quarter, April, May, June, is just not going to be there. So we faced a really stark financial reality.
He says he's not taking a paycheck himself this year, but focusing efforts on supporting remaining customers and furloughed employees. Economic forecasters say after this financial crisis settles down, businesses will pick back up where they left off and consumers will start spending money again. Reporting in San Luis Obispo, I'm Megan Healy, KSBY News.
The EDD is working on the programming needed to implement the extra $600 per week benefit payment paid by the federal government to workers collecting regular UI benefits.